A second convoy carrying humanitarian aid entered the besieged Syrian town of Madaya on Thursday. The 44-truck convoy arrived following reports of starvation and illness amongst trapped residents. Meanwhile, UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon accused President Bashar al-Assad's government of committing atrocious acts against civilians.
The use of starvation as a weapon of war is a war crime. All sides, including Syrian government, which has the primary responsibility to protect Syrians, are committing this and other atrocious acts prohibited under international humanitarian law.
Talks to broker an end to the conflict are set to begin in 10 days' time. Euronews spoke to the opposition's chief negotiator, Riyadh Hijab. Will you be in Geneva for talks on January the 25th? Right now, Syrians are dying from hunger and from the cold. The UN, via its special envoy, has managed to strike agreements between the regime and locals from certain regions. But unfortunately, the regime has not yet respected its obligations. The UN has not checked on the implementation of those agreements by the regime, despite all the guarantees that were given. So the Syrian opposition set up the High Negotiations Commission, which said that a political solution is a strategic priority. The Syrian regime has jailed some of its members. The regime doesn't want a political solution. I can tell you that the High Negotiations Commission has, at present, not been invited. We don't know whether we're at the negotiations on the 25th of January. Even today, when we met Stefan de Mistura, he told us that he didn't know if the negotiations would actually go ahead on those days. So nothing has been decided yet. What's more, there are specific questions regarding the agenda of these talks. About what are we going to negotiate with the regime? But you said that you've prepared yourself on all the key issues for the talks. Yes, but the opposition's aim is clear. We're going to the negotiations to negotiate over one single point, which is to form a transition administration. But Russia and the regime say the talks are about forming a unity government. Russia and the regime refuse to discuss the fate of Bashar al-Assad. But we are going to the negotiations with the aim of seeing a real political transition in Syria.
نحن نذهب من أجل انتقال سياسي حقيقي.